John's here. Just me so far. Shabbat shalom. No, I'm sure the rabbi will be here.
Well, that makes
I would
four.
think. Oh, it's just 6 o'clock. Mark is usually here. Shabbat shalom.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Okay. You got the blue, but where's the orange?
Let them win first. Killing me.
Don't put a cookie on it.
It's only been 39 years since they won. I mean,
Oh, God. Look, the Cubs and Red Sox fans had to wait a lot longer. Let's
That's
hope
true.
that's
That's
not
true.
that's not what.
I mean,
the
listen, at the end of the day, I've seen them win in my lifetime, so
Okay,
I was there in '86. So.
live long and prosper.
What's going on, guys?
Hi, we wish we knew.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Do you know why the police are out front? Is it just something?
They know we have services on Friday.
Yeah,
So
but-
I suspect that they're not busy, so they're giving us some security.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned to them that we have 6 to 7 on Friday and 9:30 to 12:30 on Saturday. And they mentioned to me that we will do our best to show you guys some presents, you know, if we're able to.
Great. So, okay. Great, great, great.
All right.
Four it is.
So far,
What's that?
Is
I'm
it
confident we'll get
four
more.
it is.
I'm confident we'll get more. I'm not confident
Four.
we'll get
Oh,
any
no,
more.
I will get more,
more.
but I don't know.
How many more is in
How
this?
many?
It's been a little light.
It's been a challenge.
Well, it's August, yeah.
I mean, Friday night, ever since I've been here, Friday night's been pretty light. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a function of my being here, but it's like, it's light.
So I have a thought.
Yeah.
I think we should use something that we've used for, well, my parents use it, I love it. We should use a little bit of Jewish guilt. And here's what I suggest. We all have so much to be thankful for,
Yeah.
and this is true, that let's just take 1 hour a day to come on Friday night to give thanks for all the blessings that we have and had, period, and stop.
Yeah, it's not.
Right? If you can't come on Saturday, okay, but you know what? Take 1 hour a week to come, to give thanks, to help us make a million, whatever, whatever. That's not a lot. When you think about pretty much everyone that's a member of the Stand of God has things to be thankful for.
Hey, you're talking to people over here on Friday night, though.
No, this is what we
That's
commit.
always
This is maybe what we need to use for the other.
I
140
mean,
something.
sure. Yes. I mean, and
Because I'll be honest,
So-
that's what motivates me. Like, I feel I have so much to be thankful for that if I can't take an hour to say thank you and,
Yeah.
show my appreciation, then it's like, you know what, something's not right there.
Well, Jonathan, you have to recognize you are probably operating on a much different level than regular people. I
Can't
think
elab-
you're
can't
operating at a
elaborate?
much higher level.
No,
I think so.
no,
I think,
I'll second that.
no, but if you just think about it,
It's a long conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
I think broadly speaking, I think there was a time, for much perhaps of Jewish history, when guilt was a strong motivator for people to come, and one that I think that was a button you could push more effectively. I don't think that is the age we are living in.
Okay.
I mean,
It might backfire.
I think, yeah.
Well, I don't
think-
mean to
no,
do
I
it.
think,
maybe
I
not use
think-
guilt, but just like,
No, I hear no, but it's interesting. But like, I think I just think that's unlikely to be effective. That kind of messaging to build like broad whatever, I think is unlikely. But I could be wrong.
It's interesting, services used to always be at 6:30, but then they made dinner really late.
It's not the
And
timing.
so I don't think it has anything to do
No,
with
I
aren't there people that like, it's an issue for them because they wanna have their Shabbat dinner and it's like, cause
Well,
that's
it's
when
an
we
issue
moved-
for me.
that-
I mean,
right.
Friday
But
night,
that-
I have to say, like,
But
if
that's why we
I-
moved it from
No,
to
I have to say, like,
six.
I know
Right.
many, you know,
But on the other hand.
very,
if
very
it
involved
works, it's
Jews
hard.
who never come on Friday night because they have dinner. Like very firm people. Like if I, you know, like if it wasn't, you know, Friday night's tricky. Anyway, okay, let's. We could talk more about it, or we can dive in. So let's. Hey, Shabbat shalom.
25%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, we're on page
As the
14.
song goes, we're halfway there.
Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach eretzonach yarutz avdach yemo hayal yishtachavel mol hadarach yerab lo yedidutach minofetzu bechol tam Adonai heziv haolam nafshi chol adavatach Anahel narefanala beharot lano hamzivach azid chazek v'tidrapeh v'hayetalach ashivchat olam v'tigyenu hayirachamecha v'chuznal v'novach gizech hamar nichsav lirob niferet uzach hanayli machman libi chushana ve'al tidalam higalena ubros chaviv alai hetzukar shelomach tahir eretz mikvodach nagila v'nismechavach maher ahugi b'moed v'choneini ki me'olam Lechu niranina l'Adonai narial etzori sheinu nekad mafanav betoda b'miron narialo Arba'im shana hakud bedor v'almar amdoye levahavem v'hem lo yadu derachai asher nishbati be'apim yavon el menuchati ashiru l'Adonai shir chada ashiru l'Adonai gol haaretz shiru Shemo Masru Yom Yom Yeshuato Sapru Bagoyim Kevodo Bechol Ha'im Nifleotav Gigadol Adonai Omol Al Meod Norahu Al Kol Elohim Kol Elohim Ha'amim Elilim Ba'adonai Shamayim Asa Hod V'Hadar Lefanav Oz V'Tiferet B'Mikdasho Havol Adonai Mishpechot Amim Havol Adonai Gavod Ba'oz Havol Adonai Kevod Shemo Zeu Mincha Uba'ol Chatzrotav Ishtachamol Adonai V'Hadrat Kodesh Chilu Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imru Vagoyim Adonai Malach Hamtikon Tevel V'Aldimot Yadinamim B'Meisharim Yismechu Hashamayim B'Dagel Haaretz Yiramayam Ulo Yalo Sadai B'Chol Asher Bo Az Yiranenu Kol Atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishmot Haaretz Lishmot Tevel V'Tzedek Ve'amim Ve'unato Page 17. Or Zarul Tzadik Uli Shrelev Simcha Simchu Tzadikim Badonai Vehodu Lezecher Kodsho Mizmor Shir Lanai Shir Chadash Shir Shir Zachar Pischu Verananu Bezameru Zamrul Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishmot Haaretz Lishmot Tevel B'Tzedek Ve'amim B'Meisharim Adonai Malach Yergetu Amim Yeshirun Moshe V'Aaron B'Kohanav U'Shmuel B'Korei Shemo Korim El Adonai Vehu Yanem B'Amud Anan Yedaber Alehem Shamru Edotav V'Chok Natan Lamo Adonai Eloheinu Atanitam El Nosei Aita Lahem V'Nokem Alalilotam Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'Ishtachavu Le'ar Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Page 20, please rise. Mizmor LeDavid Havul Adonai Bnei Elim Havul Adonai Kavod Ba'oz Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Yishach Havul Adonai V'Hadrat Kodesh Kol Adonai Alamayim El Kavod Irim Adonai Alamayim Rabim Kol Adonai Ba'koach Kol Adonai Behadar Kol Adonai Shover Arazim Shaber Adonai Hedar Zei Halvanona Bayar Kidemakem Oegel Lebanon Besir Yo כמו בין הרעמים, כל אדוני חוטף לבודש, כל אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני חולל הילדות, ויחסו יערות, ובחלו כולו אומר כך, יברך דמו בשלום. Ay, 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 Anna bekoach bekoach yedulat yemincha yemincha tatir tzerura kaber inatamcha sagvenu tarenu nora Anna bekoach yedulat yemincha Tatir tzerura, kaberina, darina tamecha, sagvenu, darenu, nora, hay, 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 Shahamor vezachor b'dibur echad hishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shemu tiferet v'ledila lechadod Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lechadodi Ligrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Ligrat Shabbat Lechu Benelcha Ki Mekor HaBeracha Merosh Mikedem Nezucha Sof Maaseh B'machshavat Chila Lechadodi Ligrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lechadodi Ligrat Kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Migdash melech ir melucha Kumitzei mitocha hafecha Rav lach shevet Nemecha bacha Vehu yachamol alaychem la Lechadodi ligrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi ligrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Hidnari me'afar kumi Livshi b'higrei fartechami Al yad ben ishai Be'er halachmi kor Vahel nafshi gehala Lechadodi ligrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi ligrat kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Giva Hore Kumi Ori Shir Daberi Kevod Adonai Alayich Nigla Lechadodi Legrad Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lechadodi Legrad Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lo tebo shiv lo digami mari chochachi umademi bari yechesu anye ami benim netahir atila lechadodi hayeli radkala haypene shaban negavela Shozayik v'rachaku kol mevalayik aziz alayik Elohayik imsos chatan al-kala lechadodi ligrad kala b'nei Shabbat negabela yaminu smol Taritzi al yadish ben barti ben ismecha venagilam Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola tochemu Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Shabbat. Tov Leoda, page 23. No, you know, Seba. Desheni beranani miu lagin ki ashar Adonai. Tsuri velo avla tabo Adonai malach you lavish Edo techanim numo level chanav HaKodesh Adonai leorech yamin. This week we observe the Yartzeichen of Shirley Tracton, mother of Gary Tracton, Donald Kushnick, father of Dan Kushnick, Paul Schumer, father of Eleanor Schumer, Stephen Cumble, brother of Susan Parati, Judy Stevenson, grandmother of Emily Pauley, Ellen Samuels, mother of David Samuels, Hy Cohen, father of Jason Cohen, and also Julius Dykman, Sarah Helen Lewis, and Eleanor Fink, who are memorialized on our board. May their memories, the memories of all those whom we recall, be blessings. In lieu of Kaddish, we can learn a Mishnah in honor of those we've lost. On page 25, it's very traditional to learn Mishnayot in honor of loved ones whom we've lost, because the word Mishnah, which means to teach really, or to repeat, can be arranged into Nishama, which means soul. So it's traditional sometimes at Shiva houses and in memory of people to study Mishnah. It's also traditional to learn a little bit of Mishnah about Shabbat on Erev Shabbat. So we'll look at this Mishnah in the middle of the page. This is Mishnah Shabbat, chapter 12, Mishnah 1. If anyone builds anything on Shabbat, how much must be built for it to be considered a violation of Shabbat? One who violates Shabbat by building anything at all, by hewing stones, by wielding a hammer, by chiseling or boring a hole. This is the general rule. One who does work on Shabbat and the work is enduring has violated Shabbat, which is an important principle of Hilchot Shabbat, and also, God willing, the memories of those whom we lost and recall will be enduring, and not something that blows away with the wind, but something that has real power and real significance in our lives, just like those buildings that we're not allowed to build. Good Shabbos, everyone. I will share a thought, an incomplete thought with all of you. I feel like I've increasingly been sharing what I've called incomplete thoughts on Friday night because it's hard to complete thoughts these days. It really is, for all kinds of different reasons. But this is an incomplete thought, and I hope an interesting one. It's about the Shema. So if you come tomorrow, one of the aliyot is just the Shema. Shema ve'ahavta. You'll know it. It's it's the fourth aliyah. And it has 48 words. 6 words in the Shema, and 48 words and 42 words in the ve'ahavta. And you add them together, it's 48 words. And there's a teaching in the Gemara there's a teaching in the Torah that you have 6 cities of refuge in which someone who has killed someone by accident can go and be safe and not be avenged by the Goel Dam, the family blood avenger. So there are 6 of those cities that need to be established. And there are also 42 cities that the Levites are going to establish, because they don't have ancestral land holdings, but there's going to be 42 cities that the Levites also live in. And those also serve as cities of refuge. Those also function as safe zones for people for people guilty of manslaughter who can run and save there. But the rabbis in the Gemara decide that the difference halachically between these 2 cities of refuge is that if you're in one of the 6 sort of Torah-mandated official cities of refuge, you are afforded refuge regardless of whether or not you know that you're in the city of refuge. So it works sort of just by virtue of your being there. The 42 other cities of refuge, the Levitical cities, in order to take advantage of the legal refuge there, you actually have to know that you're in there seeking refuge, and you have to have the kavanah, the intention that I am taking refuge in this city. And if you don't have such kavanah, knowledge, and intention, then you are not afforded the refuge, right? So there's 6 cities where you get refuge if you just happen to be there, and there's 42 that you actually need kavanah in order to take advantage of it. So 42 cities plus 6 cities is 48 cities. So 6 words of the Shema and 42 other words, and so you get 48. And so why is this interesting, or why do I think this is interesting? A couple of reasons. One is I think that it illuminates that kavanah in a lot of areas of Jewish law really does matter. I think that there's a misperception, I think, sometimes about Jewish practice among Jews and also among non-Jews, that it doesn't matter really what you think, it mainly matters what you do, right? If you act in a certain way and you obey the law, it doesn't really matter what your intention is behind it. And I think that that's manifestly not the case, at least when you look at the history of rabbinic thought. Rabbinic thought cares deeply about your kavanah and in your intentionality. You're not always punished based on your kavanah and your intentionality, but sometimes your kavanah really has very real effects. So you can be in the right place at the right time, but if you don't have the right intention, it actually matters. And it actually matters. And I think that that's a worthwhile thing to at least consider. The other interesting thing about this for me, and this is sort of, again, part of the incomplete thought, I don't really know totally what to do with this, is that if you think about this in terms of the Shema, so 6 cities of refuge, 6 Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, 6, and then the other 42. And I'm not the first probably or the last rabbi to think about it this way. But I am, as far as I know, the first person to kind of think about it in precise, or at least that I've read, to ask about precisely this kind of question. So the way the halacha goes about prayer, okay, if you don't have proper kavanah when you daven, do you still get credit for saying the davening? Like you came to Friday night services and you said the Amidah, or you said mincha that day, but you didn't have the right, you were thinking about something else, but you said it, do you still get credit for, do you still get to check off the mitzvah box? The answer is yes, you do. You're supposed to have kavanah. But if, for whatever reason, you didn't have kavanah, you still get credit for davening that day. The one exception to this, in the normative halacha in the Shulchan Aruch, is the 6 words of the Shema themselves. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Right? Those words, according to Shulchan Aruch, if you don't have proper kavanah when you say them, if your mind wandered or whatever, you actually don't get credit for saying your morning Shema. You actually are supposed to go back and repeat it with kavanah. Just those 6 words. They think that for 6 words a day, you can have kavanah. For the other 42, you don't need to have kavanah. So it's actually kind of the opposite, at least if you graft it onto this thing about the Levitical cities, right? For the 42, you need kavanah. For the six, you don't. And the final piece that I want to share about this, and again, I wish I had the take. Maybe one of you can provide the takeaway. But like the Baal Shem Tov. So one of the things about Hasidic Judaism, or one of the fears about Hasidic Judaism, back in the good old bad old days when these seemed like the major conflicts between Hasidim and Misnagdim, was that the Misnagdim thought that the Hasidim were going to be rule breakers, and they were going to violate the halakha. That is not the case. The Hasidim were the most archly conservative of all the Jews back then, in many ways, and were extremely punctilious about the observance of mitzvot, including the Baal Shem Tov. The one place where the Baal Shem Tov ever, to my knowledge, ruled explicitly against the normative halakha and against the Shulchan Aruch was this ruling about the Shema. And he said that if you go back and say those 6 words of the Shema again, because you didn't have proper kavanah the first time, what you're really doing is you're saying that there was no presence of divinity in those first 6, and that you're being mikatser hamitziyut shel Hashem. You are making smaller God's full reality. So it's the one place. You can say, well, that's not so wild, but it's the one place where the Baal Shem Tov publicly ruled against what the normative halakha was, and so you actually should not only do you need not go back and say the Shema again, you actually oughtn't, because it reflects a sort of a constricted, it lessens God's reality. So, what do I want to say about this? I guess I want to say that I guess the tradition affirms that kavanah really matters. Like as we approach the holidays and we think about our intentions really do matter. Like it's not just that that it's paved with good intentions. And good intentions are actually really important, but also they're not the only thing. Like there are times when you need cities of refuge that it doesn't matter what your kavanah is. If you're there, you're safe. Or if you did it, you get the credit. And I guess I think we need kind of both, and that's what I got. Any thoughts about this? I hope you think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. It's like an interesting kind of thing.
This is not a thought, but were 48 already plot actually established? Or?
I think it's like archaeology. I don't know. I'm not sure. One thing to one.
Like a
what, one disquieting thing to remember. One disquieting thing to remember is that for all of our august destiny, and for all the promise of our, august destiny in the land, Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel has lasted for about 300 years in the last 3,000. So it's so the question is, like, were the Arei Miklat really? I don't know if we know that. Some archaeologists probably do. I don't know. Like in the first temple, second temple period, like, were there these Arei Miklat that were functional? I don't know. Someone does, but not me. I wouldn't be surprised if yes, to some extent, but I don't know. Like, were there really these 48 cities that? Yeah, I don't know.
They may not have been that big.
Well, yes, they certainly weren't that big by standards of cities. Right. Yeah.
You said it's 42 and 6, correct?
42 and 6, yeah.
Maybe it's just a number thing, but wasn't Israel declared a state in 1948?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's kind of cool. But yes, but only if you count from 1900. Like, only if there's something significant. Right. It depends on when you start counting. But yeah, sure. That's cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's cool. 48. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
We used to have 48 states.
We used to have. That's true. That's true. 48 continental states.
When I was born, there were only 48.
What's that?
When I was born, there were only 48.
Really? So what year were Alaska and Hawaii? Like the 50s? 59.
Yeah.
Oh, so when many of you were born, they were not all 50. So what did the flag look? So it wasn't. The flag had less stars. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. Did it look different? I guess no. I guess they arranged it. It still looked kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember having feelings about that? Do you remember when they became? You were 7. Yeah. Do you remember? Were you excited about it? Do you remember? Which one was first?
They might have been together.
No,
Although Hawaii is considered 50th. No, Hawaii 5-0.
It was about 6
Oh.
months apart.
Oh, okay, thank you. But I know Hawaii is 50th. And when the Mets had a pitcher on their roster from Hawaii, it was number 50, right?
The Mets had a pitcher from Hawaii?
Yes, number 50.
And they had a left fielder, Benny Agbayani.
Yeah, but the other guy.
Benny Agbayani was from Hawaii?
Yes. But the other guy was the pitcher, was number 50.
That's cool. I've never been to those states, so.
They're both pretty neat.
I've heard. All right. All right, page 28. Baruch atah Adonai melech asher u'ma'avir yom u'me'vi layla u'ma'avir ben yom u'ben layla Adonai tzevot shemo el chai v'kayam temir chaleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai amari barabim abatol ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Page 30, El Melech Naaman. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ויראת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והים שמעון Adonai Elohechem emet. מלכותו ברצון, קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים בני ישראל, לחנו שירה ושמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורתי לא דוסף אל מלכותך ראו בניך בוקר ים לפני משה, זה אלינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי ודנה את יעקב וגלל מן חזק ממנו ברוך את אדוני גל ישראל. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים שלום את אביעד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך את אדוני הבורא סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. 35b. Baruch Adonai Cholam, Borei Priagafe, Cholam, Asher Kishan Mitzvotav V'Ratzav Anu, V'Shabbat Kodsho V'Avav Ratzon V'Chimanu, Zikaron L'Maaseh V'Reishit, Yom Tefillah Mikra'ei Kodesh, Zecher Tziat Mitzrayim, Givanu B'Charta, Ve'otanu Kidashta, Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atez gedula liotzer reshit, shelo asanu b'kei haratzot v'lo samanu b'shvot ha'adama, shelo samu chelkeinu ka'ema v'lo aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishacharim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai level malot mimamakim karaticha Adonai. Adonai shema bekoli tiena oznecha kashuv od lechol tachanunai. Im avono tishmoriach Adonai miyamod. Ki mechas lecha leman tivoreh. Ki v'iti Adonai ki v'ta nafshi v'lid baroch alti. Nafshi l'Adonai mishomrim laboker shomrim laboker. Yachel Yisrael el Adonai kim Adonai chesed arbe mofedut. Vehu yiftet Yisrael mikol avonotav. Good Shabbos again, everyone. And this week, Kiddush is sponsored by Andrea and Peter Rothberg in honor of Peter's RMD birthday.
Required minimum distribution from his IRA. I think that's 73 now.
Shekoya.
Yes, it is.
I just read what it says. Great. Happy birthday to Peter. That's great. I haven't seen either of them in a long time, actually. Have they been around this summer? Okay, hopefully they'll be here. Okay, we're getting into the fall, folks. There's a lot of stuff coming up. There's a family Friday, sort of back to school dinner, and there's a Tat Shabbat beforehand on Friday, September 5th, and then a dinner for the whole community. It'll be hopefully we have a lot of new families in the Learning Center this year, a lot. So hopefully a lot of them will be here and come and meet people, and it'll be a nice kind of back to school thing on that Friday. And we have lots coming up. Stay tuned. Today's Tu B'Av, by the way. Happy Tu B'Av. It's a minor Jewish holiday and the holiday of love. What's that?
It's the day when people stop dying.
It's the day, yes, and it's also the day of falling in love, according to the Mishnah. And it was a matchmaking holiday, apparently. And so happy Tu B'Av. There's a lot of stuff coming in the fall. Stay tuned for holiday-related information. We have Barbara and I are putting together a literary series for the fall, so stay tuned for information about that. A lot of guest writers coming, and yeah. I'm looking for storytellers, as always for the last few years, for throughout the holidays. If you want to tell a short personal story, kind of like the moth around a theme. There'll be about one per service, so please, if you'd like, you're all invited. Although, if you've done it in the last few years, we'll try to get some new people.
Is there a theme?
The theme this year is going to be One Can Only Hope. In all of the ways that, what's that? One can only hope. So,
what does that bring to mind?
What's that? Right, I mean, so that brings a lot of thought. Anyway, so if you're interested, and if you haven't, John, we're trying to get some new people.
Absolutely.
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 But if you
If
haven't
you need
done
me,
it,
I'm there. If not, somebody
thanks,
else.
John. Thanks, John. Yeah, thank you. So please let me know. And One Can Only Hope. Yeah, I think that's a good. I hope that's a good.
Well, can only hope that we
We
get
can
some
only
more
hope.
people to do this.
What's that? One can only hope we get people to do it. That's right. No, it really is. It's really nice, and people like it every year.
On Friday night.
I was gonna
Okay.
say,
Yigdal is page 53. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtza ve'einei hamtziuto echad ve'en yachid yefudo nelam ve'gam insof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf ein lo guf lo na'arok elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon ve'en reishit le'reshito ino adon olam ve'echol notar yoreh gedulato malchuto shafa nevuato netano anshe segulato ve'tifarto lo kam be'Yisrael Moshe od navi humabid et munato Torah temed natan le'moel al yad nevi'onem an beito lo yachalifael ve'lo yamir dato le'olamim ale'zulato sofe ve'yodea setarenu mabid le'sof davar ve'kadmato gomel le'ish chesed k'mifalo noten le'rasha rak rishato
ישלח לקץ ימים משיחנו לפדור נחכה קץ ישועתו מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו ברוך ה' עד שם תהילתו מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו ברוך ה' עד שם תהילתו. Good job, everyone.
You have 30 seconds for a story about Hawaii and Judaism?
Sure.
Melanie and I got married in 1980. Rosh Hashanah, we were going on our way to Hawaii. We stopped in California for Rosh Hashanah, and then we were going to be in Hawaii for Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
We made sure to go to Oahu because we figured that's where there would be a synagogue.
Okay.
We found Reformed Shul,
Yeah.
and they were going to have a conservative service, smaller group in their basement.
Yeah.
Which we did, we signed up, we went, we made us pay, that's fine. We went, we're sitting there, the Reformed service gets out first.
Right.
And maybe 15 or 20 of us are sitting there, we're hearing everybody eat. And the rabbi, a guy from Brooklyn, said, you know, I've looked at the international date line, and we're the only service left in the world.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Which also meant we're the only ones that hadn't broken the fast yet.
Yeah,
Isn't that a neat story? Now, I don't know if he was right about, but you know.
No, that's really cool. Probably, definitely the only place where there's Jews having minions, I would think. That makes sense.
I mean, no, the
Yeah,
date
it makes
line,
sense,
wherever it
yeah,
was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway,
That's
Very
cool.
it was a nice memory, actually.
That is cool. Yeah, totally. You know, surprisingly, there's not a conservative synagogue to this day in Hawaii. There's a big Reform synagogue.
It's probably the one we were at.
Yeah,
I think there was only one that we found.
Yeah, there's one big Reform shul
Yeah.
in Honolulu, and there is like a minion
Adam, what?
on Maui. But
Okay.
there's not
What was his
that
middle name?
much, there's not that
And
much
you know
there.
what else happened? We go
Adam
there
Elijah
for Yom
was,
Kippur.
that's right.
They
Sounded
say,
like a
if you
senator
wanna
from the
come,
19th century.
you've gotta pay for the entire holidays. All 3 days to a newly married couple.
Oh, interesting.
It's a little surprising.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, we were willing to, you know, but
Yeah.
Hospital.
it wasn't like welcome, you know, I didn't mind paying, but you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, so much for welcoming young Jews.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Wow. I don't even wanna ask you what's gonna
I
happen
tried
tomorrow.
to make a minion.
Well,
No, right?
I'll tell you what, right before Shabbat, I was on the